Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 movies that will make you paranoid. Number 20, 1984. There's been much discussion about exactly how far has society gone into mirroring the events fictionalized in George Orwell's novel 1984. The paranoia in this film adaptation deals with, among other things, constant surveillance from Big Brother and the destruction of individuality. The complete hopelessness that goes along with the plot of 1984, as well as the tragic love story of protagonists Winston and Julia, not only makes us paranoid about the future, it honestly just makes us depressed.
If you want a vision of the future, Winston, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever.
Still, that takes nothing away from the cautionary tale of 1984, nor how effective writer-director Michael Radford was at bringing this book to the screen. Number 19, Gone Girl.
Whatever they found, I think it's safe to assume that it's very bad.
Psychological thrillers are called this for a reason. They create an insane amount of nail-biting tension for the audience, and we wouldn't want it any other way. Gone Girl is one such thriller, a film where no one's motives are exactly what they seem, and everyone seems to have an angle. As a result, the paranoia is palpable as the mystery behind the disappearance of Amy Dunn slowly begins to unravel a Russian doll of hidden motivations and secrets.
Please don't turn this investigation into a circus.
Where's your wife, Nick?
Let the police do their job.
What did you do to your pregnant wife?
We just love a good mystery, and the twists in Gone Girl not only keep us on the edge of our seats, they also make us paranoid, albeit in the best possible way.
What have we done to each other? What will we do?
Number 18, Vertigo. Alfred Hitchcock was known as the master of suspense, and it's easy to see why, especially after watching Vertigo. This 1958 classic is widely regarded as one of Hitch's finest works, if not his absolute best. The film even managed to knock Citizen Kane from its top spot on Sight and Sound's magazine's Great Films of All Time list.
Well, I think that explains it. Anyone could become obsessed with the past with a background like that.
Obsession is a theme throughout Vertigo, but in addition to this is the crippling fear of heights possessed by the protagonist, Detective John Scotty Ferguson. This fear is amped up in any scene where Scotty is either recalling his past trauma or attempting to confront it, and it plays into our own paranoid and deep-seated phobias. It's misdirection and paranoia done by one of the masters. Number 17, Taken.
There's someone here.
Our cousins are back?
Oh my God, they got Amanda!
What?
Okay, so we realize that the plot of Taken goes down some dark roads, but its basic core is the same. Who isn't afraid of home invasions or being accosted while on vacation?
Now, the next part is very important. They're going to take you.
The paranoia affects us in different ways. The abduction of Kim Mills from her friend's cousin's apartment occurs in a place that's supposed to feel relatively safe. Then, there's the fact that Kim is away from home and her family in a country where she may not speak enough of the language to help if she's in trouble. When trouble does occur, it's up to her father and his very particular set of skills to save her life. Unfortunately, not everyone has Liam Neeson available to hunt and catch the bad guys. Number 16. The Manurion Candidate. The world of international espionage seems tailor-made for paranoia to strike, especially when Hollywood comes calling to adapt a popular novel from this genre. The Manurion Candidate got this treatment twice, but we're going to look at the OG 1962 version for our list, a magnificent Cold War-era thriller. The film stars Lawrence Harvey as a Korean War veteran who's secretly been programmed as a sleeper cell communist agent with plans to assassinate a leading presidential candidate.
They can make me do anything, Ben. Can't they? Anything.
The paranoia here stems from just how much we may or may not know about our neighbors, and exactly how many people behind the scenes pull strings or set wheels in motion within our political systems. It's chilling stuff. Number 15. Inception.
I guess I thought that the dream space would be all about the visual, but it's more about the feel of it.
Are our thoughts really our own? Or have they been implanted by someone else? This is one of the questions asked in the 2010 film Inception, a dense and cerebral thriller that could have only come from the mind of one Christopher Nolan. The film's heavy plot of incepting our subconscious mind could be more colloquially compared with the process of gaslighting, deliberately subverting another's mental perception to cause intentional or emotional pain or distress.
Once an idea has taken hold in the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate. An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks. Right in there somewhere.
It's just one way to view how Inception plays upon this very real problem within relationships, albeit with its own twisted and heavy sci-fi narrative. Number 14. Marathon Man. The 1970s were a wellspring for challenging and creative cinema, and just one corner of that creativity lay within the genre of the paranoid political thriller. 1976's Marathon Man was one of those films, a harrowing exploration of secret identities and political intrigue peppered with moments of shocking violence. Themes of persecution and vengeance fit into this film, specifically with uncovering the identities of Nazi war criminals and just how far the US government will be willing to go and with whom they're willing to work to track these people down. Oh, and if you're sensitive to graphical dental mutilation, we recommend perhaps steering clear of this one.
Is it safe? No, it's not safe. It's very dangerous. Be careful.
To paraphrase one infamous scene, it is not safe. Number 13. 3 Days of the Condor.
You're in violation of secure communication procedures, Condor.
Listen, you son of a bitch, I'm telling you, I came back with lunch and it was raining and the whole house was murdered. Everybody is dead.
The paranoia central to many 1970s thrillers has to do primarily with a post-Watergate America. President Nixon's resignation and a divisive war in Vietnam largely smashed any idealized versions of the country within the minds of many, especially young people. As a result, we have films like 3 Days of the Condor, where no governmental agent is safe, not even if they push pencils for a living. Here, the written word becomes deadly as the CIA assassinates all but one member of its own division, one that's responsible for unintentionally leaking ties to an internal plot involving oil and the Middle East. It all ties into American cynicism, fear, and paranoia during this difficult time in history.
He's with the company. Why?
I don't interest myself in why. I think more often in terms of when, sometimes where, always how much.
Number 12. M. One of your neighbors is responsible for a heinous, horrible crime. But which one? This is one of the questions asked in M, a classic slice of German expressionist cinema that remains deeply affecting and troubling to this day. The story revolves around the abduction of young locals and the relentless manhunt that occurs trying to root out the suspect. M plays like a procedural, but almost leans into horror at points. So striking is the cinematography and chilling are the images. Moreover, the everyone's a suspect mentality rises to such a fever pitch within the bloodthirsty town mob that the hunger for vengeance feels as if it's going to boil over. You'll never forget this one.
Immer muss ich durch Straßen gehen und immer spüre ich, ist einer hinter mir her. Es bin ich selber und verfolgt mich.
Number 11. 7 Days in May. 7 Days in may have been released in 1964, but there are some striking and shocking similarities to some big-name news events in the modern day. This film adaptation of the 1962 novel presents a White House in turmoil when it's revealed that the Joint Chief of Staff are seeking to overthrow their sitting president. It's then a race against time to prevent this from happening, all as a historic nuclear disarmament deal with the Soviet Union is set to be ratified.
If you want to talk about your oath of office, I'm here to tell you face-to-face, President Hyman. that you violated that oath when you stripped this country of its muscles, when you deliberately played upon the fear and fatigue of the people and told them they could remove that fear by the stroke of a pen.
There are some chilling parallels to the events of January 6, 2021. It's surreal and frightening at the same time. Number 10. All the President's Men.
Follow the money.
What do you mean?
Where? Oh, I can't tell you that.
But you could tell me that.
No, I have to do this my way.
We mentioned the Watergate scandal earlier, and arguably no film dramatized this incident better than All the President's Men. The cover-ups, secret sources, and political intrigue going on within the film all tie into the paranoia of the 1970s. This palpable sense that something was broken and needed to be fixed. Furthermore, All the President's Men is actually based on the real-life experiences of journalists Carl Bernstein and Bob Woodward, whose work with the Washington Post helped blow the Watergate wide open.
If you're gonna do it right. Here are my notes. If you're gonna hype it with the facts. I don't mind what you did. I mind the way you did it.
Sure, the film may have made investigative journalism seem more romantic, glamorous, and dangerous than it actually is, but at the same time, it emphasizes the importance and necessity of this art form within a free society. Number 9. The Matrix.
You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
It's the sci-fi film that launched 1,000 blogs and think pieces. It's The Matrix, and it helped revolutionize and energize the genre back in the late 90s. While fans still debate whether the Wachowskis were truly inspired by Dark City while making their futuristic dystopian action flick, The Matrix stands on its own 2 feet with regards to its story and themes.
It's the question that brought you here. You know the question, just as I did.
What is the Matrix?
It led its audience to question reality, to wonder about the human experience, and how much value to place on material pleasures of the Matrix versus a search for something greater. There were both religious and political allegories present within the Matrix, all the while reminding us of the paranoia that's always lurking in the back of our minds each day.
Why am I sir? You've never used them before.
Number 8. The Parallax View.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been invited here today for the official announcement of the inquiry into the death of Senator Charles Carroll. Now, this is an announcement, not a press conference. Therefore, there will be no questions.
Some of the paranoia we've discussed so far on this list can be chalked to imagination or perception, but the plot of The Parallax View contains some very legitimate reasons for its characters to be paranoid. This is because witnesses of a calculated political assassination are being eliminated, one by a shadowy organization, and it's up to one determined reporter to find out why. The Parallax View is an incredibly stylish and creepy film, with a certain austere aesthetic that makes it truly one of a kind. The Parallax Corporation is actively recruiting assassins, and the scenes involving their personality profile tests lean into our paranoid obsessions about big business and their connections to political heavyweights. Number 7. Blowout. If there was ever an American successor to Alfred Hitchcock's Master of Suspense tag, it has to be Brian De Palma. De Palma made a career out of updating Hitch's aesthetic with a more visceral and voyeuristic touch, inspired by the stylish Italian giallo films of the 1970s. Blowout was De Palma's reimagining of the 1966 film Blow Up, also out of Italy, and starred John Travolta as a sound effects engineer who accidentally captures too much on his microphone. From there, it's a story of dangerous obsession as audio of a political assassination unfurls to include blackmail, intrigue, and tragically, more murder. There's also an analogy here to the JFK assassination and the paranoia surrounding how the country's political theater can become so deadly.
Because if we don't get this out on television for everybody to see, they're going to close the book. And any loose ends that happen to be hanging out like you or me are going to be cut right off. So you got your choice. You can be crazy or dead. Either will do.
Number 6. Buried. This Debbie Downer of a film starred Ryan Reynolds inside a dark, dark coffin in Iraq. That's right, the American truck driver couldn't be buried alive domestically. It had to be overseas. Armed with only a flashlight, lighter, a flask, thank God, a pen, a phone, and glorious glow sticks, Paul Conroy must either decide to get drunk and call it a life or find his way out of the darkness.
It's worse, there's an explosion or something and the sand's coming through. I probably have about half an hour before
Okay, slow down. You should try to stay calm.
What would you do? Watch the latest WatchMojo clip and then make a phone call? So many options. Just don't ever leave home or you could be buried alive. Number 5. Contagion. Here's a film that will make you think you're allergic to everything and possibly inspire a life of seclusion.
My wife makes me take off my clothes in the garage, and she leaves out a bucket of warm water and some soap, and then she douses everything in hand sanitizer after I leave. I mean, she's overreacting, right?
Not really. And stop touching your face, Dave.
It all started with a Minnesota woman played by Gwyneth Paltrow, whose character enjoyed more than just a little Hong Kong during a business trip. What happens? The entire world dies. Or at least, all of your favorite movie stars do, which is kind of the same thing.
What happened to her? What happened to her?
Okay. Steven Soderbergh freaked out the entire world with Contagion and probably made 70% of the population gluten-free. Don't ask. It's real. Contagion is coming. Wait a minute. Some may argue that it's already here.
Is there any way someone could weaponize the bird flu is how we're looking at?
Someone doesn't have to weaponize the bird flu.
Number 4. The Conversation. Released during the Watergate scandal, but not in response to the Watergate scandal, The Conversation chronicled the devastatingly boring lifestyle of a surveillance expert and the San Francisco couple he's creeping on.
He'd kill us if he got the chance.
Harry Call likes jazz, but doesn't like human contact. He'll listen to your conversation, but will sweat profusely if his ethics are questioned. Did we mention this film wasn't in response to Watergate?
Why are you following me? I'm not following you. I'm looking for you. It's a big difference.
Even though director Francis Ford Coppola swore the 1966 blow-up inspired the film, he believed audiences felt the subject matter was too similar to the presidential scandal to ignore. While Coppola ended up losing the Best Picture Oscar for this film that year to himself, The Conversation's legacy is secure because Harry Call's paranoia rubbed off on us all.
We know that you know, Mr. Call. For your own sake, don't get involved any further. We'll be listening to you.
Number 3. The Truman Show.
Is he looking at us?
Jesus, do you think he knows?
Hello? Better call Christoph.
Hello? Come in, Major Burbank.
Oh hey, Truman Burbank. Did we mention your entire life is a sham? In Peter Weir's The Truman Show, Jim Carrey stars as the unsuspecting title character who enjoys life on a Los Angeles soundstage. He was born into the figurative hands of a corporation, which broadcasts his entire life, repeat, entire life, to all of Earth. Keep that in mind, Mojoholics. As a film that preceded the outstanding cultural gems that are reality TV shows, The Truman Show made viewers check for cameras at home and question their entire existence. Maybe we're all living on a grand stage.
Was nothing real?
You were real. That's what made you so good to watch.
Number 2. Jaws. It doesn't matter where you swim, it doesn't matter what body of water you're in, Jaws will swallow you whole. Well, at least that was the general vibe we got from the release of Steven Spielberg's horrifying film. Though our bodies are mostly made of H2O, and many of us enjoy a dip in the water from time to time, Jaws ruined everything by making us afraid of bloodthirsty sharks. Even those poor bastards in Minnesota thought Jaws was roaming their land of 10,000 lakes. Now, that's just a damn shame. Screw you, Jaws. You're not real.
I what's going on out there, guys? Get an answer, please. What's going on out there?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Memento.
Okay, so what am I doing? Oh, I'm chasing this guy. No, he's chasing me.
If you can't trust your own memories, what can you trust? The feeling of paranoia is hardwired into the DNA of Memento right from Jump Street. As it's revealed, our protagonist can't make new memories and loses them in the short term every 15 minutes. As a result, every character here is unreliable, even the narrator, as Memento tries to piece together just what happened to Guy Pearce's character and his wife, while also questioning the motives of nearly every other character.
Teddy, don't believe his lies. He is the one. Kill him.
It's the sort of manic and dizzying narrative we've come to love and respect from Christopher Nolan, with Memento being the kind of film that simply needs to be viewed multiple times to truly latch on to the mystery at hand.
We all need mirrors to remind ourselves who we are. I'm no different.
What are your favorites? Let us know in the comments.